So actually, I was in a class, and one of my professors was on the Friends of the Board of the YRCC. His name was Jonathan Elliott, and he just talked about how much he loved it here, and really stressing kind of how important it is to contribute to your community and be a part of it, and how fulfilling that can be personally. So yeah, over the summer I started volunteering, and then in the fall I was like, I have to do the after school ambassador program.
So I originally heard about the YRCC through Logan Goodwin, who is also an ambassador here. But she talked about it. I think one of her professors at the U of A was on the board. And so they sort of shouted it out during class, and it just seemed like a really good organization and one that I wanted to be a part of. And I was really inspired by the mission, and so I wanted to come and just see what it was all about. And so I came over this summer to sort of help out with the summer program as a volunteer, and then I fell in love with being here, and I decided to be an ambassador. And so then that's sort of what brought me to the involvement today.
So I've always wanted to work with children. I plan to be a counselor post-graduation, and I think just, it's cliche, but you hear about how important children are to our future, and I wanted to help be a part of that. When I was younger, I didn't have a lot of mentors that weren't from my family, and so I really felt how important it would be to contribute to that, to my community. And also just, kids are so fun. They're so fulfilling to be around because their outlooks are so positive, and it's just so fun. It's so funny.
I think what made me fall in love with the center was interacting with the kids. Just the way they say things sometimes, it's a very different perspective. And so, coming from the very serious world of school and, everything else, it's a good way to just sort of forget everything else that's happening, and I can be very present with the kids that I'm working with here.
As a counselor, to know kind of what resources you can, mention to your client and connect them to, and then also just the experience of working with children beyond resources, but just being around them and really understanding, wow, this is how kids think about the world, this is what they need, this is, what they wish was in their life, or things like that. That's so important for me. Going back to the community, it is the community center of Fayetteville, and when you have a community that knows each other, they're going to be more likely to support each other. So I think you go in, or people in Fayetteville should support it, because they'll go into the community center and they're getting something out of that. They're getting an enriching experience. They're getting access to all of these resources and fun things. They're getting to interact with their community. They're getting to know their community. But then through that, you also start to care about the people in your community. And so that's really important, and I think it could help really unify the city.
I think people should consider becoming an ambassador because it's really fun. We talk about the benefit as well, to the community and to the kids that come here, but I think on top of that, it's just really fun to be involved. It's fun to come here and sort of just play around for a few hours every day, and it keeps me motivated in school as well, because I know that I'm doing this so I can get an education, so I can share that education, and it I can just sort of take time out of my day, and that might be more stressful, and just come and de-stress, but in a productive way. So I think it's really motivating, and it's fun to play around. So I think that's a big benefit to someone who might be in school or working. It's a good time to just de-stress from that.
It's the most fun part of every week for me. So it really is. Andrew and I, we talk about it throughout the week. We're like, ooh, what's gonna have happened at school? How are the kids gonna be? And what activity are we doing? It's so exciting. I love it. It's genuinely the most fulfilling thing I've ever done in my life.